May it please you, Mom, I am Anisha Patel representing my client Hanif Anwar. I would like to make a plea in mitigation for the sentencing to be reduced in relation to the charges that my client is facing. Taking and driving away a vehicle belonging to another. In relation to Section 1, Subsection 1 of the Theft Act of 1968, Mr. Anwar was guilty of theft. My client recognises and fully accepts the seriousness of the charge he is facing. I will be addressing the aggravating factors, which will look at the immediate circumstances that subsequently led to Mr. Anwar taking and driving away a vehicle belonging to another. The first aggravating factor that I'm going to look at is his impulsive behaviour. Yes, Mr. Anwar noticed Zoe had left her car unattended. However, the fact that it was a spur-of-the-moment act shows that there was no preparation. He acted totally on impulse. That is why he totally panicked, left the car and ran off. He did not mean any harm to the vehicle or anyone else. The fact that everyone remained unharmed shows that he's no danger to society. He did not want to harm anyone. He did not even damage the vehicle. It was purely impulsive behaviour. The underlying message is that he did it as an act of desperation. If Mr. Anwar is given a lengthy sentence, his impulsive behaviour will only deteriorate. I will be predominantly focusing on Mr. Anwar's personal circumstances that set the foundation to his behaviour and lifestyle, resulting in his most recent conviction. I am now going to submit the underlying mitigating factors which led to my client taking and driving away a vehicle belonging to another. The fact that he had family problems, he faced neglect from his parents, he had financial difficulties, and he had unemployment. He's unemployed, he had no money coming through. Due to a combination of these facts, this led to stress, tension, feeling alone. He had no one to turn to, isolation with no help, which obviously shows that he lacks stability and guidance. Due to the fact that he was neglected by his parents, shows that he has no support, because people turn to their parents in times of need. Although he lives with his uncles are not the same as his parents. They do not give him the positive influence that he needs. His uncle does give him £20 a week. However, he has no relationship with him. The fact that he gives his uncle, I got it wrong. Carry on. The fact that he gives his uncle £20 a week shows that there is a sign of responsibility. And he could be living alone by himself. However, he's chosen to live with his uncle, which shows that he's trying to change. Because his uncle does give him that stability and knowing that he has to come back to someone. He has no one to help him make decisions, give him a direction in life, or the support he needs as a youngster. Giving him a lengthy sentence will only add to the neglect that he feels. The only income Mr. Anwar receives is job seeker's allowance. He has no stable employment. However, he is actively looking for a job. He allocates himself £5 a week to travel for interviews. This shows great dedication and commitment. He's actively looking for a job. He wants to change his lifestyle. He is making an effort to get a job. He has hardships. He's in a desperate place in his life, which leads to desperate acts. Maybe he's just seeking attention and help. He uses his only income responsibly to look for a job. I believe he's befriended for financial reasons rather than reckless behaviour. His uncle does not provide for him. Although he's young, he still acts as independent as an adult. He's pleaded guilty, which shows that he fully accepts his responsibility and he's recognised and acknowledged the seriousness of his crime he has committed, and for this reason he is willing to amend his ways. He's a responsible young man. He's under great tension and pressure, which does make you crack and affects your mindset. He's well grounded and stable, and he's looking for a job. He pays his uncle rent, which he does not have to be doing. He's only 23, not many people his age would be paying rent. A harsh sentencing could get rid of the only good attributes he does have. The fact that there are small, decreased time periods between each offence His previous offences consist of possession of cannabis, theft of a bicycle, allowing oneself to be carried in a stolen vehicle, all of which are trivial convictions. They're all very small convictions, which I think he committed as a cry for help. He didn't mean to do any harm, he's merely seeking attention, which it is clear he didn't receive at home. All the offences have not been planned, however, they've been a spur of the moment, they've been very spontaneous. The previous convictions, none of the previous convictions are threatening or violent in nature, it's just a cry for help, he needs someone to turn to. All of his convictions have been spontaneous, shows that he does it out of desperation. He's maybe even crying out for help, and giving him a lengthy sentence will get rid of any inkling of hope he has of finding support, guidance, which may even result to his behaviour deteriorating. He is susceptible to change as he's only 23. Proves that he's trying to change. The only money he gets is job seekers, and he's using to attend job interviews. Young people are prone to making mistakes. It's clear that he's been acting on impulse. He's at a very vulnerable age. He's still paving his way in life. A custodial sentence will not be beneficial for him. If he is turned down yet again, it could be a turning point for him where he completely gives up, which could lead to him giving up on looking for a job, losing the small amount of responsibility and commitment that he does possess. To conclude, I urge you, Mom, not to give my client a custodial sentence. Yes, my client is guilty of theft, however, he did not cause harm to anyone or anything. He merely acted on impulsive behaviour. His previous convictions also show that he's not a threat to society. He is simply reaching out for guidance and does not know who to turn to, which is why he has committed yet another reckless act, which is another way of seeking for help or attention. He has attempted to rectify his mistakes by applying for jobs and uses his only income to apply for jobs. He is merely reaching out for guidance and is seeking stability. A custodial sentence will not help him. In fact, it will just make his behaviour worse. He needs guidance, which he doesn't receive from any aspect in his life. He has the potential to improve with the right guidance and support, as his crimes have not been severe. However, this can easily change if he is given a harsh sentence. Therefore, I urge you, Mom, not to give my client a custodial sentence. I urge you to give my client 12 months conditional discharge, providing that he undertakes 45 hours of community service until he finds a permanent job. Even when he does, he will still carry out his 12 months. This is the guidance and support he needs in order to achieve something in life and to prevent any further convictions from taking place. Thank you, Mom, for your time. I'm now happy to answer any questions you may have.
There's no question.